Alright, if you're not in class today, we started standard 6.21. The first thing we're going to do is complete a map. So the standard needs to be glued on the next page. And then if you were in class, you are to receive this map. Okay, first thing you guys are going to do is some of these things you already know. So let's label what we already know. We're going to start with the compass rose because that's the easiest thing on here. How many of you have found the compass rose? Put your finger on it. Okay, what are you going to label it, Lucas?
North, east, southwest.
Yep. North, east, south, west. Never eat slimy worms.
Never eat soggy waffles.
Okay, next, moving right along. What body of water is this that is farthest north on our map? Who knows? What is it, Kristen? It is the Mediterranean Sea. So we're going to label this one. And if you look on the side, you will see the compass rose directions. You can check that off now. So on the side of your paper, check it off. And what's after it? Mediterranean Sea. All right, so we're going to check off Mediterranean Sea. All right, who knows what body of water this is?
Red Sea.
That is the Red Sea. So we're going to label this one. And then you can check off the Red Sea. All right, this is not a body of water. This is an area of land. What is it? That is not a body of water.
Egypt.
I just said that. It is a piece of land. No, it is not Egypt. I am outside of Egypt there. Rashard.
Sahara.
Sahara Desert. Okay, I'm not going in order because if I start going in order, you're not going to actually know what these things are. You're just going to look at this list and follow along. No. You need to know where these things are because you will see this on your test. All right, the Sahara Desert. Now, find it on the left and check it off. Okay, this one you do not know because you have not had yet. This over here is the Arabian Peninsula. That is the first time you've ever marked that on a map that we've done this year. So you're going to mark that one, Arabian Peninsula, and check it off. However, you do know what this little dotted line right here represents.
Jordan River.
Oh.
It separates something.
Egypt and
You've done this before.
Asia and Africa.
It separates Asia from Africa. So is this side Asia or this side Asia? Right or left? Right. This is Asia because you know that Egypt is in what? And this is Africa. Okay, so that line separates Asia from Africa. To what?
Egypt.
Asia, Africa, North America, South America, and Antarctica, up to Europe and Australia. Now you know your continents. There you go. Asia from Africa. Okay, so check it off. It's over there. It should be
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Okay. Yes, no.
Maybe so.
It's
Okay.
not on here.
It's not on there. All right, that's okay, no problem. All right, do you have yellow in front of you?
Yes.
Take your yellow out. All right. This area is starting right here at the Mediterranean Sea. You with me? We're going to trace this dotted line. And inside that yellow area, guess what that is?
Upper Egypt.
That is all of Egypt. So this is Egypt inside the yellow lines. So if you look on your paper, down underneath coloring, where it says lightly, see where it says yellow? Old Kingdom Egypt is inside the dotted line circle. All right, that's what we're talking about. Old Kingdom Egypt. Old Kingdom. Who was a pharaoh in the Old Kingdom?
Many.
No. Khufu. Bonus point, Christian. I'll give you. Remind me to give you a point here in a minute on Dojo, okay? All right, Khufu. Because he built the what?
Pyramids.
Pyramids. Very good. All right, so check off that down there where it says yellow, down to the bottom. All right, what river do you know runs through Egypt?
Nile.
The Nile. All right, so we're going to label this the Nile River. Now, while you're there, get your blue. Okay, let's start at the tip of the Old Kingdom. All right, and we're going to run up through here. And what do you know this area up in here is called? The Nile Delta. Now, I told you that the Nile River was really long. So now we're going to keep going all the way down to where it splits. And believe it or not, where it splits, that's actually the Nile too, but it's called two different things. Switch back to your pencil for a minute. Okay. This is the Blue Nile, and this is the White Nile. All right, now that we've done that, let's move on down. Whoops. Wrong one. And we're going to color this in blue as well. I'll move so you can see in just a second. Let me get this trace so you can see it when I move out of the way. All right. The Nile is over 3,000 miles long. All right, now that we've traced the Nile, we're going to color in the other two bodies of water we have on our map. What's one of them?
Red Sea.
Red Sea. What's the other one?
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean. So we're going to color in the Mediterranean Sea.
In the Dead Sea.
Okay, and then we're going to color in the what sea?
Red
The Red Sea. No, not the Dead Sea. The Red Sea. Now, on our other maps, the Red Sea always looked what? No.
Small.
Small.
Just because you can barely see.
I have never colored in the Red Sea red. However, you do know some history about the Red Sea. What do you know?
It parted.
By who?
Moses' staff.
That's the.
Moses, because what was he trying to do?
He was trying to get the Israelites out.
Yes, he was trying to get the Israelites out of what?
Egypt.
Egypt. So, if you look, he would have been over here. The pyramids were up in here, so he would have been here. He would have traveled across and probably crossed right in here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. He might have been down here, but if we know that the Egyptians helped build the pyramids, what city were they in?
Egypt.
City.
Oh.
Memphis. Okay? Which is today called the pyramids at Giza. There you go. Okay, so that would be up in this area. So get your pencil back out when you get the blue color. And these little dots represent two cities. And I can't see the other one because it's south and I've got it covered up here. It is right here. All right, they represent two cities we've studied. What's one of them?
Memphis.
Memphis. Is Memphis north or south? North. So right here's Memphis. And what's the other city? Thebes. Now, how many needs me to stop for a minute and let you catch up? All right. Here we go.
Nick's not ready.
Alrighty. Now, you can check off Memphis and Thebes on your checklist.
Where's that
It is underneath
at?
cities. Okay, do you have red?
Yes, we should.
Now we're going to go ahead and switch to red. There are little dashes on the Nile River. Right here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and why do I think I'm missing one?
There's 6.
I have 6. Where am I missing it?
It's up at the very top with me.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's right here.
The tropical kids.
There it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and number these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Those are called cataracts. All right. If you look down at the bottom in your map key, color that little dash for the cataract red. Now we already know that we have Egypt marked as what color? Yellow. So we can go ahead and color this box in as well. Now, a cataract on a river is a very fast, rushing area of water. In some cases, might be kind of like a little mini waterfall. All right? Well, how many of you have been whitewater rafting? Okay, if you've been whitewater rafting, have you ever ran through a river rush, like a rush of water? Okay. What happens when you get there? What happens, Rashard?
The water goes under the boat.
Can you get stuck in one of those?
Yeah.
You can, right? If you've ever been whitewater rafting, the person who goes with you always says when you get to one of those rapids, what does he say to do?
Look at that.
What did he say?
Hey, that's the one the guy said.
Hold on.
What did he say?
Kiss your butt goodbye.
He might say, kiss your honey goodbye. All right, he's going to tell you to prepare yourself, right? Because you've got to be ready for it. Because if you're not, and you can't make it through that rapid, your boat's going to get stuck in it, right? The canoe, the little raft you're in is going to get stuck. All right, well, in ancient times, if you put a city between those rapids, guess what it protected you from? Invaders. People coming in. Because they couldn't get their boats past what?
The rapids.
The rapids. And if they did get their boats past the rapids, did the rapid stall them?
Yeah.
Yes. So if they got stalled, it gave you time to what? Prepare. Okay, so there were some cities that did that. So take your pencil, darken these in. Here's one. Here's one. And there's one more.
There's 3.
It's right here, underneath my number 3.
Yeah, it's like 3.
Okay? All right, while you have that, get your green. You see these dotted lines?
Yep.
All right, trace them in green. Okay, guess what that area is called? Kush or Nubia, down here. Now, have we talked about Nubia? What do you already know about Nubia? They had a lot of gold. And the Egyptians liked to trade materials that they had for their gold. Okay? So this is the land of Nubia. Now, you remember the map we did for Egypt? It would have been, let's see, way back. Look at all those slides we've done. It was here. Remember that? And when we marked Nubia, where did we pull this?
On the bottom, all the way.
Way down here, because I told you that Nubia was far south, okay? So now you know how far south Nubia actually is. Nubia and Kush are the same thing. Okay? So when you hear Kush, you should immediately think of
Gold.
Nubia, and when you hear Nubia, you should automatically think of
Gold.
Kush, okay, because they're the same thing. All right, now there were cities in Nubia, and if you look, where were these cities placed?
In between the cataracts.
In between the cataracts, because it helped them what?
Protect the people out.
Protect them from invaders. All right, this was the city of Kerma. All right, Kerma. And once you have Kerma on there, you can check it off under cities. All right, just below Kerma, near Cataract 4, is Napata, M-A-P-A-T-A. And in between Cataracts 5 and 6 is Meroe, M-E-R-O-E, and put a little accent mark over your E.
The dot or the line?
A little dash over the E, a little like this,
Like Haley's name is
Is it
spelled.
like Spanish?
like that.
Like a squiggly line top of it. Like
Okay.
Spanish writing?
All right, now, I know that when you see green, what do you immediately think of?
Fertile land.
You think of fertile land. All right, do you think every bit of this way out in here was fertile land?
No.
No, because out in the middle of all that, you're in the desert. But just so you can see the difference, we're going to color in Egypt in yellow, just shade it. All right, we're going to shade Egypt, the old kingdom, in yellow. And we're going to shade Nubia, or what? Kush, in light green. What did both of these civilizations build around?
Water.
The Nile River, water. Why did they build around water?
So they can have resources.
So they could have the resources they need. They could grow crops, their people would have water, their animals would have water. Every civilization that we will study in here, because they are old, ancient civilizations that first started, they will always build around a river. You always have to build around a water source. There's a river that runs through our county. What is it? The Nolichucky, right? The Nolichucky River. Mesopotamia was between two rivers. What were they? The Euphrates and Tigris. Okay. Guess what? When we get to India, they're going to have built around a river. When we get to China, they're going to have built around a river. Okay, so they're all around a water source. You have to have a water source, right? You have to. If you don't have water, you won't what? Survive. All right, now, we just said this. I told you to not think of all of this right here for Nubia and Kush as all that big, huge thing of fertile land, because they are in the middle of a desert. So all the rest of your map, you're going to shade brown. And if you want to cross this like this, so you know that that's desert too, where's the only fertile land? Around the river. In Mesopotamia, it was between the two rivers. Okay? So your fertile land is going to occur around your river. But don't be mistaken. All of this is desert. All right? Bonus point for the person who can tell me what desert it was. Deja.
Cyprus?
What?
Cyprus?
No?
Nubian Desert?
Nubian Desert's one. Okay, what's another one? Sahara Desert. Okay? All right, so remind me here in a minute when we finish recording to give you your points. Okay, so we have the Saharan Desert here, right? But we don't have the Nubian Desert marked yet. But if it's the Nubian Desert, then it must be near Nubia. So it's here. All right, you need me to pause and let you catch up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have a few more things to label, and then we're finished with our map. Okay? And I should have gotten this over here, and I missed it. Okay, and right in here. All right, I'm waiting on you. Thank you. Okay, we're going to label a few things. Let's do our checklist and see what we have. All right, we have the Compass Rose, Mediterranean, Red Nile. All right, do we have the White Nile and the Blue Nile marks?
Yes.
Sahara Desert,
Yes.
Nubian Desert,
Yes.
Egypt,
Yes.
Nubia, Kush.
Yes.
All right, we do not have Sudan marked, do we?
No.
All right, on the very first map we did of Egypt that I took you back to a minute ago, I had told you Sudan was what, north or south of Egypt?
South.
South. Okay, the Sudan is right here's your Tropic of Cancer line. Sudan is right here. Okay? And I had told you on the other map that Sudan was south of Egypt. If you go north of Egypt, here, you're going to run into the what? Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so Sudan is south of Egypt. Check it off. All right, I told you a long time ago that the Nile is the only river that runs what? North. That is not some freak of nature. Okay? Everybody's like, ooh, it's the only one that runs north. Scary. No, it's not scary. Look right here. What do all those little triangles represent?
Mountains.
Mountains. And I told you this before. The Nile River runs out of the mountains of Ethiopia. Now, I'll tell you when you should be like, ooh, the Nile's running north, scary. I'll tell you when it should be scary. If you start hiking up a mountain and the river starts running up that mountain beside you, you better be scared then and hightailed out of there. Because last time I checked, water does not run up. Okay, it runs down mountains. Well, you're in mountains here, right?
Yeah.
So it's running down the mountains, and all of it has to empty into a big body of water. This one's emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. It just so happens that this is the only one that runs north because it runs out of the mountains. And yes, Anthony, I think I've already told you this. To answer your question, the Nile is the longest. And what's the second?
Amazon.
Amazon. Yes, Lucas.
Can water run sideways down a mountain?
Like if it's, tell me what you mean.
Like diagonal down a mountain?
So here's the mountain,
Like
going like that.
Like if the water comes down a mountain, can go sideways a little bit?
So will the creek cut around the side of the mountain and it still be running down?
No, like in the mountain land.
Slanting.
It's not like slanting, like
It's going up. Kind of like a
As long as its direction is still going down the mountain, I would think yes.
so it can go down the mountain sideways.
I mean, you're not going to have water run sideways, but it's going to continue to run down the side of the mountain as long as it's still traveling down. Because what is pulling on it? Gravity. Okay, so I think yes, if I understand what you're saying, Chris.
So it won't go like.
Right.
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about it'll
Yes. Okay. All right. Now we've got Sudan, Ethiopia. Now the Arabian Peninsula. Check. Draw a few north-pointing arrows beside the river. Okay, that is to remind you that the river runs what? All right. So we're gonna do a few little arrows showing that the river runs north into the Mediterranean Sea. So just follow your river a few places. Okay? Even though, like right here, it looks like it's coming back south, you are on a piece of paper. Okay? You are not out there standing in the middle of the desert. Okay? This piece of paper is turned up. So to you, you're going, ooh, it's going back south right there. It might be on the ground. Okay? Because it's turning. But it's still ultimately running what? North. Who said that?
Zoe.
North. Zoe? You're scaring us. Okay? And I want you to put a bubble around Ethiopia because I told you it runs out of the mountains of Ethiopia. All right, now you can check off, draw a few north pointing arrows. We have Giza or Memphis. All right, we have Memphis. We need to put a slash here beside it and call it Giza as well. And we have Thebes, check. Kerma, check. Napata, check. Meroe, check. Okay, we have marked our cataracts red and numbered them. Our rivers and seas are what? Blue. Our old kingdom of Egypt is? Nubia and Kush is? Light green. And then what color is our desert? Brown. Okay, and down here, you should have your map key now marked. Okay? And if you have all of that done, your map is done. You may trim it out and glue it onto 6.21, and we are done. See you. Bye.